I was on my third flight when the email came in. You're no longer needed. They thought I'd cry after being fired mid-trip, but 72 hours later, $1.5 billion vanished. I was somewhere over the Atlantic, halfway between Sao Paulo and London, when my phone buzzed. The subject line, termination notice. Effective immediately. No call, no meeting. Just one sterile email from the same CEO who, 2 weeks earlier, had looked me in the eye and said, "You're the only one I trust to close this deal." I blinked at the screen in disbelief. Around me, the cabin was dark. Other executives snored in their business class pods. I sat frozen, staring at the words that had just erased 9 years of my life. This wasn't just any deal. For 10 months, I had been piecing together what insiders called the Trident Project. 3 telecom giants across 3 continents, moving their infrastructure onto our cloud. Value, $1.5 billion over 7 years. Tokyo, London, Sao Paulo. I had carried it on my back, and now I was no longer employed. At first, I felt nothing but silence. Not anger, not fear, just the hollowness of being erased midair. Then I reached under my seat and pulled out the matte black laptop no one at the company knew existed, the one I had encrypted myself. See, I'd learned the hard way that loyalty isn't protection. Months earlier, I'd overheard board members laughing about me. She dominates every room. She's not EVP material. She's a field op translation, too competent to ignore, too threatening to promote. So while they promoted the CEO's inexperienced daughter, who once nearly leaked client data in Singapore, I quietly built something else. A skeleton company, a backup plan, a parachute named Trayvant. Still, I kept delivering. I rewrote collapsing contracts, cleaned up their scandals, even let my work get published under other people's names. And now, somewhere over the ocean, they thought cutting my email would cut my influence. They were wrong. By the time I landed in London, my badge was dead, my desk wiped, my name stripped from the newsletter. But my clients, the ones I had spent sleepless nights convincing, hadn't signed with the company. They had signed with me. The first call came that night. Linda Clark, Eurocom's general counsel. "Why did your CEO's daughter send me your slides with her name on them?" she asked flatly. I didn't answer. I didn't have to. She already knew. The next morning in Tokyo, Yuki Asano of Telnova said quietly, "We trust you, but not them. If you ever decide to lead instead of follow, call me." And in Sao Paulo, Luis Mata leaned across the table after grilling me for 4 hours. "I'll commit, but only if you're the one steering, not Venturon." That's when it clicked. They hadn't fired me out of confidence. They had fired me out of fear. 72 hours after the email, while my former colleagues scrambled to reach clients who no longer picked up, I opened Trayvant's secure portal. 3 logins blinked green. Telnova, Eurocom, Brazilink, all inside. I hit publish on a press release so simple it barely looked real. Trayvant Inc. proudly announces a multi-continent partnership with Telnova, Eurocom, and Brazilink. Value, $1.5 billion. No fanfare, no vengeance speech, just presence. Back in the glass tower I used to call home, the CEO's daughter probably clinked champagne glasses while headlines rolled in, "Venturon loses Trident clients overnight." Me? I sat in a quiet hotel room with black coffee, watching the sunrise. I wasn't broken. I wasn't erased. They thought firing me mid-flight would end me. Instead, it freed me. And $1.5 billion later, the silence spoke louder than I ever could.